They trusted her with everything, their name, their prayers, their sacrifices. Every hope, every dream, they placed it in her hands. But one choice, one secret, shattered their world. What happened next haunted her family forever. She was their pride, their daughter, the one they had prayed for every night. Every laugh, every promise, every little smile, they believed it was all for them. And for a long time, it seemed she was everything they had hoped for. But sometimes, love blinds us to the storms quietly brewing right under our noses. And that shadow was coming. She remembered warm afternoons in their small but cozy home, her father teaching her to ride a bicycle, her mother helping with homework late into the night. They celebrated every victory, praised every accomplishment. And yet, somewhere along the way, innocence began to fade. She longed for freedom she didn't yet understand, a freedom exciting, but dangerous. It started with small things. Late nights, hidden messages, little lies that seemed harmless. Her parents told themselves it was normal, teenage rebellion, testing limits. But every secret chipped away at the trust they had built. Her father noticed first. A single notification flashed across the screen. Anger, disbelief, fear, betrayal. His little girl had crossed a line he never thought possible. The room felt suffocating. Then her mother noticed. The woman who had once sewed scraped knees now wept for a different reason. Shame had entered their home. The house was heavy with silence. Questions demanded truth. Confessions came reluctantly. Anger, tears, regret filled every corner. She looked away, confused and afraid. That day, something inside her shifted. Something she thought unfixable. She packed a small bag and walked out. Freedom, she believed, would fix everything. But the world outside was harsher than she imagined. Streets were cold, nights lonelier, strangers offered no comfort. Every step reminded her of what she had lost. Every choice carried weight she could not escape. Days turned into weeks. Freedom wasn't the escape she imagined, it was responsibility she was not ready for. Crowded markets, busy bus stops, neon-lit streets, in every face, she saw a reflection of her own choices. She remembered her mother's words, every choice has a consequence. Alone at night, she replayed every moment of that fateful day. Every look from her father. Every tear of her mother. Each memory was a knife twisting in her chest. She met people along the way, some kind, some cruel. An old woman shared bread and whispered, "Sometimes life gives lessons we do not ask for." A young man promised friendship, then vanished. Slowly, she understood, maturity is not about escaping consequences. It's about facing them and learning. Nights were hardest. She sobbed for mistakes, for love taken for granted. But amidst the tears came clarity. Pain is a teacher, mistakes guide us toward wisdom. She made a promise, to herself and to her parents' memory, that she would not waste this second chance. She started small. Helping strangers, walking, learning new skills. Each effort was a brick in the wall she rebuilt around herself, not to hide from the world, but to prevent repeating the same mistakes. She wrote letters she never sent, imagining the words she would say, "I'm sorry. I understand now. I have changed." Months passed. Hunger, exhaustion, judgment, each misstep reminded her of the safety she left behind. And yet, she survived. Each small victory, a meal earned, a kind word, a quiet night of reflection, proved she could endure. Freedom, she realized, was not just doing what she wanted, but living with the consequences of every action. One evening, under a dim street lamp, hope returned. Maybe she could go back. Maybe she could make amends. The road ahead was long, but for the first time in months, she smiled softly. She had survived. She had learned. She had grown. She planned carefully how to approach her parents, what words would matter, what actions would show she had changed. Fear and hope battled within her. Could they forgive her? Could love survive what she had done? The day she returned, her heart pounded. Each step toward the familiar gate felt heavy. She opened the door. Her father looked up first, surprise, shock, hurt. She lowered her eyes. I'm sorry, she whispered. I left. I hate you. I was wrong. I've learned. I've truly learned. Her mother rose slowly, eyes red but filled with cautious hope. Child, we've missed you. We worried. But you are here now. That is what matters. She told them everything, fears, regrets, lessons learned outside. They listened. They cried. They held her. Slowly, trust seeped back in, not instantly, but through patient rebuilding. Days turned into weeks. Actions, not words, became proof of her change. She helped around the house, studied, cared for the family she had once left. Love endured. Forgiveness grew. And she understood the deepest lesson: mistakes, while painful, are not the end. They are the beginning of wisdom, empathy, and true maturity. They say a child can break a parent's heart, but a child can also teach it to heal. She had learned this truth the hardest way. And maybe you will too, if you pay attention before it's too late. Life is full of choices. Every choice matters. Every action leaves a mark. And love, real love, is strong enough to survive mistakes if you are brave enough to return and face it.